What's going on, everybody? It's MVP Sports Talk Radio Live on another Wednesday night.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Whoa, that is loud.
Yeah, because I accidentally had you all the way up.
Why am I so loud?
Now your volume.
I'm back.
We're back in studio.
Dang, dude, the glare from the sun in this studio is crazy.
On the cameras?
Yeah. They should get some like anti-glare type stuff going on in here or something.
Yeah.
They should.
We'll
Yes,
have to talk to J-Mo about that.
Get some like anti-glare going. Woo. Well, we back, man.
This here. Sorry, just doing this and this. Yeah, we're back. Got Bruins
back, baby.
playoffs tonight.
I know, still 0-0, end of the first. So, it's end of the one.
And we have it on right here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
End of the first, 0-0. Didn't capitalize on a 5-on-3 opportunity for like a minute. Man. It's frustrating.
Yeah, so I don't know if we have Drew calling in tonight. Tim's still out. I think Tim should be back in studio soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for right now, it's just me and Ryan kind of rolling with it. And
We're chilling,
Drew
man.
here and there. So, you know, when we go off for a week or so, it's usually because one of us has something coming up. Other than that, we try to get in here whenever we can. But, my man, Jamie with the plan, gotta be secretive. The cameras are on, though.
The man with the plan.
The man with the plan. Hey, we were just saying not to bring you on air. We were just saying the glare on the cameras is brutal.
Yeah, it's rough.
It is what it is.
Couple more hours.
Yeah,
Beggars can't be choosers, you know?
Like 10 minutes should be fine.
yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
We'll bring in a flag and we'll suction cup it.
Yeah, do that.
We used to do that in the beginning before we even had cameras, and now we don't. We'll do it.
Right.
So can I ask you guys one question?
Let me get your mic on. 4.
4, yes.
Yeah.
So just one question.
One
Very
question. That's it.
When are we getting rid of Rask? When are we getting rid of him?
Tim will be with you on there.
Yeah.
Jeez,
really?
really?
This guy's horrible.
That
You
bad,
gotta give it to him though. He doesn't have a lot of defenders. We have no aggressors. So, and we've been struggling with that since.
Rask is the least of our worries.
Unfortunately.
I put him like third or fourth on the list.
Yeah.
He's serviceable at this point.
I mean,
I think he's serviceable.
We fixed the third line.
Listen, you
We
don't
gotta
have to
get
live with him
defense.
next year, okay? Like he's good enough. He's good enough. He's good enough.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
not worth. He's not worth $7.5 million. We're paying him right now.
No, not at
But
all.
he's good enough. He's good enough. Like who else are you gonna throw in there?
Yeah,
What else are you gonna do?
I don't know.
I mean, Swayman looked good.
So that's the thing. Like y'all wanted Halak last year, right? You wanted Halak in net last year. What happened? He got torched, right? So this year, if you put him in, same thing.
I think
You
most
really,
goaltenders-
You really think he's going to do better than
Well,
Tuukka
any
in the
goaltender,
playoffs?
any goaltender is toast.
Especially if we make it to the next round with full capacity.
Any goaltender is toast.
Keep that in mind.
In this setting because they have no defense.
I'll tell you what. I'll take Tuukka next year for like $2 million.
But do you think he's in it though? I don't think he's in it anymore.
He's never been in it. I don't think he's. I
think
don't
it's
think
all
it was a
about the
question of his physical ability or his talent, because we've seen what he can do, especially in the 2013 Cup with the Blackhawks when we lost in 6 games. Like he was phenomenal in that series, phenomenal.
Yeah.
and up until Game 7 last year, arguably he was pretty solid too.
If you gave the
2 years ago.
2013 Tuukka with this offense we have now, Stanley Cup.
I mean, you don't get to the Stanley Cup against the Blues without Tuukka.
Yeah.
You don't.
No.
With the way he was liced out 2 years ago.
And you don't
The
get a
problem
game
is
7
it's not
against them.
2013 anymore.
Right. That too.
Yeah, we're talking 8 years.
I don't
now.
think it's never been a question of his physical ability or his talent. It's always been it's all mental.
I feel like
with
part of the
Tuukka.
mental issue, though, is not giving him defense, not giving him help. It's the same thing as Tom Brady. I mean, Tom Brady will be as good as you want him to be, but if you don't give him help, you can't be a GOAT.
Well, let's not put Tuukka and Tom Brady in the same.
I'm not saying they're in the same category.
bad.
What I'm saying is, Tom Brady can go to weapons and get you a Super Bowl dang near guaranteed, but in New England, if you don't give him weapons, he's not going to do anything with it. That's just how it is.
He's not
And
worth the $7.5 million.
The problem is, like Tim said in our chat last night, you have no aggressors. So you don't have a Lucic or a Thornton. You don't have a big defense that scares any forwards. I mean, you see how many 2-on-1 opportunities did we get against us?
Could be
so many.
Yeah.
We lost a 2-on-1 opportunity, and we almost lost yesterday. The other day is a 2-on-1 opportunity. It's brutal. You don't have anything that scares a under 6 foot forward. You don't have anybody that's scary. You had Chara, you got rid of
in
him.
terms of like a power forward.
Yeah, I mean, you need a power defenseman that's going to scare people to get through the neutral zone. We have no neutral zone control. And the defense we have now turns it over more than the offense does.
Well, in all fairness, what player in hockey are you going to find like Lucic, who's literally 6'4" and 225 pounds? You're not going to find that.
Yeah, but
that
I
guy.
mean, you go back, look at the
who
Blues.
can score 30, 35 goals a
Look
year.
up the 2013 Blues team, look at their defense, and then you'll see why Boston's offense struggled.
Oh, their defense.
Yeah, I'm saying.
We're speaking about.
No, I'm saying Bruins need bigger defenders.
Yes.
We need scary defenders. We don't
But
have any neutral zone control.
It doesn't fit the style of play that Bruce Cassidy's trying to play. He's trying to have.
No, you need
He's
one.
trying to have skilled, offensive-minded defensemen.
Yeah, but you can't. Well, then you need a new goaltender because you can't do it with a goaltender who's not in the game.
That's the way
without
it's
defense.
been. You have. What?
Which is basically saying you have an
McAvoy-
offense and a goalie is what his play style is. You need one stay-at-home defender, a big body. Like the Krug concept, the McAvoy concept, love it. But you need one big guy that's going to
McAvoy's a
make
big
you
guy.
scared to get in the zone.
McAvoy's 6'3", 6'4". Like, he's a big
Nah,
dude.
I'm talking
But
a
he's
real
one of the
defender.
best defensemen in the league.
No, I love McAvoy. What I'm saying is, like, all right, we go for sides.
The
we go,
right side of our defensive pairings
so
are
we go
solid.
with Miller. Turns it over more than anybody I know.
The right side of your defense on your top three lines, I think, are solid. It's the left-handed shots that you need to look for. Matt Grzelcyk should not be a first-line defenseman.
No, and Grzelcyk turns it over. And Miller turns it over. I mean,
Connor Clifton is not a second or third line.
Yeah,
like
and that's
he's a
another
seventh
problem.
guy. But although Clifton was good in game 2, I think Clifton was pretty solid in game 2.
Yeah, I mean, Clifton looked okay, but I think it's just a matter of you can see the flaws, and it's very challenging for an offense to get momentum when the defense turns it over out of the zone and they have to reset. I mean, how many times was it a backwards pass to a defenseman? It comes out of the zone, center ice, and they have to reset and try to do it again. It takes the wind out of any sail. There's no momentum because you have no defenders who can play the puck on the blue line. They can't. They turn it over every time. Or they let it go center ice and reset. And it kills the momentum. I mean, the Capitals, they played in our zone for 5 minutes the other night. I mean, 2 power plays and then a consistent 5 minutes of just dominating time in our zone. And we could never do that. The Bruins get goals on
You can
breakaways.
put that on the forwards, too.
Bruins get goals on breakaways, 2-on-1s, deep side shots, but they don't set up like a dominant 3-minute just control in the zone. They don't. They need to score quick and get out of there, or they're toast. That's the problem.
You can put that on the forwards, too, because I think your top 2 lines are pretty solid, but your third and fourth lines can't clear pucks.
Yeah.
They can grind down in their zone when they need to, but when it comes to defending their own zone, that's where we're liable. Taylor Hall is one of the worst defensive wingers I've ever seen, but he's super skillful on the
super
offensive end.
additive too,
And super agile, and he fits with Krejci really
That's
well.
why I feel like it was a good fit.
But he's a
because-
liability defensively.
Yeah. But again, if you had a couple half decent defensemen that you could put on that
It's
line,
not. I don't think it's all on the deep pairings.
It's not
'cause
all
our
on the
forwards
deep
are just as
pairings,
much to
but
blame.
when you pick up a guy like Taylor Hall, you're expecting offsets. You got
See my point here, though. Like, we're not even talking about Tuukka Rask, and this is bigger. These are bigger issues than Tuukka Rask
No, but the point
in
is
terms
that
of like a whole spectrum of the team. But
you have the guy that you're paying $7-8 million to that we know has the skills, but he's just not pulling it off. He's just not in it.
he's not mentally there.
And last year it was the bubble, and now this year.
And you know what? He'll probably
You know
he
what?
will not be in Boston next year because he will get signed for probably $4 or $5 million a year somewhere, and we won't give that to him.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
Right.
Absolutely rightfully so.
But the problem is,
And I'm not a hater of Tuukka. I'm not. I like Tuukka. I think he's serviceable. I think he's a top 10 goaltender.
I don't
in this
mind.
league.
I don't mind.
Top 5.
I don't
arguably.
mind him at all because I don't really think there's a lot of goaltending talent in this league as of right now.
There's really not.
I think the league is really dry on goaltenders. I think back to Luongo and just a few years ago, or the year we went to the Cup. I mean, goaltenders were anywhere you wanted them. I mean, Brodeur and just so many goaltenders just nonstop. And now it's like, you have three main goaltenders.
And you look
have
at
the
it this way.
top 5.
Who, in terms of the teams that have won the Stanley Cup recently, how many of those teams, other than Tampa last year, which is a COVID year,
and then,
Vasilevsky's probably
recently,
the
'cause,
best goalie in the league.
When
But
the
other than
Blues-
last
when the
year,
Blues beat us.
think about the past years. Like, none of those teams have a top
Yeah,
5, top 10 categorically
Capitals.
statistical goaltender when they win it.
Capitals won it with a, what, 39-year-old who's playing.
Holtby.
Yeah.
Holtby was
Holtby,
a top goaltender that year. But I mean, like the Blues, Jordan Binnington, where's he now?
He was lights out.
He's like a backup somewhere.
But I think that goes to speak on when the heads in the
year
game
before that, when the
right
Penguins
time.
won it with Matt Murray, like he barely starts now.
And Bennington looked phenomenal. Now he's a nobody. And I think that echoes Jim's point of like, if you're not in it, you're not in it. And he was in it. He was dominant, and he killed it.
You have guys
We need
in the Bruins system that are serviceable, that can give you more effort. Maybe not as talented, but they will give you more effort night in and night out than Tuukka Rask will.
Yeah,
And that's,
but I feel like
and
problem,
you can easily save $5-6 million.
I feel like
And then go get other tools.
yeah, I mean, if you're going to
need.
tell me that $5 million is going to some tools that is going to offset a less powerful goaltender, then I'm with it. But when they put all these chips in, oh, well, we have Tuukka, and we're going to have a great offense and some offensive defense, and we're really going to rely on the goaltender, and then they come out with a, Providence Bruins goaltender, then I'm going to be worried. At least right now, you have a steadily playoff competitive team year after year. It's not in the dumps like 9 out of the other 10 organizations around here, or anywhere that Taylor Hall's ever been. At least he can say he went to the playoffs. But I think, if they're trying to skate towards goaltender heavy, then they're going to have to find somebody. Swayman looked good, but I don't know how good he's going to be come playoffs.
I feel like Swayman and Vlad will be your goalies next year.
Yeah, probably. Especially after the performance he gave today.
Yeah.
I definitely could see that.
It is what it is. You got to live with it at least for another, 2 games? 3 games? At least now?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not totally. I think Tuukka's doing formidable. I don't think he's doing $7 million worth, but I think he's a good option to have in the playoffs. And I mean, honestly, we're always playing close with the Capitals. I mean, you saw it the other night. It's now the NHL record for the most consecutive one-score winning games. So, I mean, don't ever bet the spread on a Bruins-Capitals game is basically what it's telling you to do. Or play the plus. Whatever the plus is, play the plus 1.5.
The past 12 games they played have been 1-goal games, so it's like...
And I wouldn't doubt it being that way tonight. And it's just the way they match up, and it's a competitive matchup, and I'm with it. And, I think that there's some other teams that we could dominate in the playoffs, and I think there's some other teams that I'm worried about, and I feel like it's kind of... Every year except for... when we lost to Tampa, I feel like it was great.
Last year?
Yeah. Was that last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, COVID.
We won game 1 and then they wiped the floor with us.
Or was it the year prior? The year prior. When we lost in the Cup. That was 2 years ago, right? Okay. My years are awful because of COVID now. It's literally ridiculous. But yeah, so 2 years ago, where every single chip lined up, everybody, all the big names eliminated first round, everything seemed to go as planned. We skated into the Cup. And we blew it.
Yep.
And, I feel like...
That was the year.
Yeah.
That was the year to do it.
That was the year to do it. I feel like if we had bad offense, this offense that year, we do it. Now we have depth. Now we can still win a game without our first-line guys stepping up. Or be competitive in the game. Before, we just weren't competitive without them. Game 1, we won without the first-line guys. Game 2, the first-line guys step up and we get a win. And then,
And 2 years ago, Tuukka was good enough to mask all of your defensive inefficiencies.
Yeah, I feel like now we're open.
Now this year, you get a 2-on-1. I don't necessarily trust Rask to make a game-changing save anymore. No, not anymore.
We need a Tim Thomas.
You need a goalie that can step up in an odd man rush and make a big save. That changes the game. And Tuukka just can't do that. He didn't do it in game 1, and he didn't do it in game 2.
And you want a goaltender that's going to make them scared to give a 2-on-1, because then obviously, the downside of 2-on-1 usually a quick reverse power the other way, so the defending team is then going to get control and have a man advantage. So usually you try to keep a team scared of doing 2-on-1s, but I feel like here in Boston, everybody gets a 2-on-1 against us all the time because we just turn it over and we have a goalie that can't handle it, and that's usually how we lose, is the 2-on-1s.
Or a defender who can't play the 2-on-1.
That too, because that's how we... Was it... Yeah, game 2.
Yep.
Who was the defenseman? Was it Miller? No. Riley?
I don't even remember.
I forget. But
I
he
like
looked,
Riley too.
I think it was Riley. He looked embarrassing trying to play the
I
2-on-1.
like Riley.
He was so out of position,
You need
so
to
out of way.
The only thing in it, like it's oh my god, I haven't played hockey in over a decade. It's easy to handle a 2-on-1. You take away the passing lane and give the puck carrier a one lane to shoot.
Yep.
So the goalie knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
You take away the passing lane, and he's got one place to shoot, so the goalie can get in position and be set up for a shot.
And it wasn't even a great 2-on-1. I mean, he scored from nearly the circle. It was it was not.
It was a snipe.
2-on-1.
I'll give him that. It was a snipe,
a great shot, but the angle should have been so playable. And defensively, it was a pretty easy 2-on-1 to defend, and we just didn't do anything. We back turned, like diving out, like it was just bad. Very bad. But with that, we got a break and get it out of the way.
Word.
So call in 508-222-1320. Welcome back. Welcome back. Haven't played that one in a while, so I thought
I know,
it was
it has
fitting.
been a while. It's a good song.
So what we got here? What we got here? What were your complaints? Can I get these complaints over there? You're complaining about Cassidy. We gotta get them over there.
Oh,
I feel
Cassidy.
like we always have some good complaints off there.
What did I say about Cassidy? Oh yeah, his matchups. Like he doesn't play his. I mean, granted, you don't have as much control on your matchups on road games. I get that, but like, it seemed like constantly our third and fourth lines were playing against the Ovechkin line with Backstrom and him and Oshie, which is not ideal in any way, shape, or form. And then even in this game, like he had Corrali out there against Kuznetsov, and I'm just like, and then he commits a penalty. Corrali commits a penalty on that same line right after the faceoff. I mean, what do you expect? You put a third or fourth line guy against like one of Washington's top lines. What do you expect? especially when you're at home and you can control the matchups a lot more. I'm just surprised that Cassidy's just kind of dropped the ball on that.
Well, I think it's partially Washington playing smarter too, because they're holding back lines. Mm-hmm. Like, their third line only had what? I think
Jesus, Tuca.
Their third line only had 2 minutes of play, I think, yesterday in the third period, I want to say. So, I mean, he's also shifting lines really well. I think he knows it's, a close matchup, and you got to get that odd man advantage, like, Oshie.
Oh, boy. I got all the way through, and it was a shot from the point. That's another thing we need to start doing better is shot blocking.
Yeah.
Shot blocking's got to be huge, especially when shots come from the point like that, like what we just saw. Yes, folks, we are watching the Bruins and Caps game. When shots come from the point, especially against Washington, our shot blocking needs to step up, because if they get through to Tuca, I mean, he's serviceable, I get that, but like deflections and rebounds, you can't really expect him to make a spectacular save anymore.
Yeah. I take this second to always say I do envy how well, like, half of these guys can call the game while being there, because, like, I remember when we did the Stanley Cup Finals here, it was like dead air for a bit. It was like so hard to have like a really good like talk during the game, because you just want to watch it.
Right.
So I always give them the utmost credit when they're like, able to watch the game, be interactive, not make it dull.
For who?
For the fans. So, like, when you're watching the game, say, on TV, your two commentators, whoever they may be, for whatever network
Well, the
it
two
is.
commentators have to be unbiased, can't, like, be invested emotionally in the game. They just call it as they see it.
That's only the Cup Finals.
Yeah.
Not right now. Right now, you're going to have bias. Well, yeah, you had bias the other night. You have, why am I drawing a brain fart? What's his name?
Who?
Oh, my God, I'm drawing
Jack
a brain
and Brick?
fart. Yeah, Jack's a huge Bruins fan.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, that's Nesson, yeah.
Yeah. Which, was it on Nesson the other night, or was it on NBC?
I'm not sure.
Because it was definitely, it was Jack that when I watched it yesterday.
Oh, yeah, they're always,
game two, rather.
those are your hometown guys. Like, I get that. I mean, in terms of, like, us.
But I'm saying even
like
for
true fans.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, yeah, but Jack's definitely a true fan. He guy's more Bruined out than anybody I ever know. He always shows up in the Bruins suit or Bruins tie.
Yeah.
So, like, for a guy like for him is what I'm saying is it's, like, very honorable and, like, respectable how he can still call it a good game while being, like, a diehard fan. Because it's not easy to do. And it's not easy to just kind of, like, basically ramble for 2 hours on topic while watching the game.
Yeah.
And not, like, at any point get taken away and be like, oh, you know what I mean? Because, like, for me, I can call a good game. I can talk kind of like how I am now watching. But at some point, I'm going to be intrigued by something and then just stop talking and watch.
Right.
And, like, maybe doing it for years, but it's just impressive, to say the least.
Okay, Miller, clear the zone. There you go. All right. Oh, boy. That was good. All right, Miller.
That's that ye old Bruins dump and chase.
Looks better now. Okay.
At least this year they can play the dump and chase a lot better, comparatively to, like, the last 10 or 12 years. And I think even last year they played it a bit better.
They actually have some bigger forwards now.
Yeah.
That can actually play on the boards.
But I remember going back to, like,
Richie in particular.
to pre-cup, like 2008 or 2007. Definitely the year we lost to the Hurricanes in the playoffs, which I don't remember the year anymore. Might have been 06, 07. I remember the dump and chase, and I remember hating it back then. I remember Tim's dad bashing the dump and chase. I remember my brother bashing the dump and chase, and, like, they still do it now. But at least now they
like
can
a lot of
handle
people
it.
that were bashing the dump and chase back then are now praying to dump and chase now. I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh,
well, I mean, now that you have a team that it works with, I feel like they just stuck with it until they got a team that it worked with. It worked okay in 13.
I hate to take. Oh, nice job, Tuca. I feel like I hate to take him away, but what if we put Taylor Hall on that top line and move Marchand back with Krejci?
I don't think you can. You can't buy.
I know you can't mix up that top
chemistry.
line.
You can't
mix up
chemistry.
that top line. You can't.
The three of them are just connected
But
at the hip.
I feel like with Pasternak and Taylor Hall on either wing is just like lethal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See,
lethal.
but, like, they're a good offset because, Bergie's generally a good goal feeder. Marshy's a good sniper. And then you have Pasta, who just
Pasta's
can give
a
you
sniper.
anything.
Marchand's like the. I mean, he's got a nice shot, but he's more of like a net front. He's physical.
That
He's definitely
he's
physical.
definitely your arrogant physical guy, but you need him. I mean,
Yeah.
Taylor Hall's not going to bring that, and that offsets, a lot of the defensive ability when you have Marchand ticking you off, and then Bergie or Pasta goes and scores underneath their nose.
It's perfect.
I don't know. I feel like the third line. I don't know. It's great to be Taylor Hall on that line though, because Krejci's always been like a team player. He's
a playmaker.
He's a playmaker. He feeds the guys well. So giving him guys that can have score capability, I think they just need to find him one more solid player on that line, like another Taylor Hall caliber-ish guy, where you're not gonna dump a ton of money, but you're gonna have a guy that's gonna play well and help set it up.
Now, Taylor Hall is going to want a lot of money.
You think so?
Oh yeah, he's an elite goal scorer. He is in the league. As much of a head case as he is, he's still one of your premier players in the league. So you don't necessarily have to get a Taylor Hall-esque type of guy, but you need someone that can
I'd
complement
be interested
that line.
to see what Taylor Hall goes for next year.
Krejci's a free agent at the end of this year too. I don't think he'll be back either. To be honest with you,
You don't think Krejci will be back?
nah,
Why?
he's old.
So you think he's gonna retire?
Either that or he's going to play.
He'll
He'll play for
2 year.
pennies on the dollar. If he plays in Boston next year, I hope it's at like a discounted rate. I'd sign him for like 2 or 3,
What is he making now? Do you know?
8.5.
Yeah, he's probably worth
9.
I'd give him 5. I wouldn't give him 9.
I don't know if he's worth 5.
He's worth 5 if you get it. If you could take that 4 you save.
He's got to score. He's got to give me 30 goals for $5 million, and he doesn't do that.
I don't know, but he gives you plenty of assists. What you do pay for assists too? You do it with Bergie. I mean, Bergie scores too, but
Even with points, he's not healthy. He's never healthy anymore. I don't know. It's weird.
yeah, I mean they got a good team. They just got a few holes to plug.
Well, I'm glad we didn't go in on the UFC parlays of the weekend, because I thought Valentina Shevchenko was going to own, and she didn't. She got knocked out.
Not Shevchenko, not Valentina, her sister.
Yeah, her name,
No, Valentina.
what's her name? It's not Valentina? I thought it was
No,
Valentina.
Valentina is champ.
Antonina.
Yeah, it's a sister.
Yeah, she got waxed.
Uh-huh.
And then I thought Ferguson was going to actually show up, and he didn't.
I told you I hate Ferguson. I bet
like-
on Ferguson probably because of you. I did get a couple bets in, and I
you did?
I did terrible
I love Ferguson in that fight.
because A, I took my boy Chandler, and B, I put in another parlay with Ferguson because I know you're like I've done Ferguson. I hate him, but it was
Well, Ferguson, who his past 2 losses was against Gaethje and Oliveira, who are just absolute freakish studs right now, right?
yeah Gaethje.
2 formidable losses.
Gaethje messed him up,
Dariush,
and it's not even about losing to Dariush. It's
and I like Ferguson.
It's not about losing to Dariush.
I like him a lot.
It's he had 0 position in that. They didn't even score it the way I thought they should
he
have
got
scored.
dominated. He got dominated.
It should have been.
Just like the Oliveira fight, he
That
got dominated.
was 2 or 3 10-8 rounds. And they didn't even score it that way. He got blessed with the scoring. I think it was like 30-27 or something, which means that they gave him 9 in a round.
Yeah. I would have given him 9 in a I probably would have only gone 10-8 in that 3rd round.
I don't know. Maybe you give him 9 in the first. But 2 and 3, he was the whole fight. He was on the ground.
Either way,
His punches didn't connect.
Ferguson just doesn't quit though. That's like he doesn't quit. He fights anybody. You know, like what else can you ask a dude?
Yeah.
I
But
don't know who he's gonna fight next, but that'll be up in the air. And Chandler got way too confident after that first round when he
know what
knocked
the
him
problem
down,
is now?
He got too confident.
Is McGregor's gonna fight Poirier? Whatever happens,
Chandler's gonna see Gaethje.
Ferguson's next fight will probably be McGregor, and he's probably gonna get ruined by McGregor, and that'll be how McGregor makes his statement. And it won't be justice to McGregor, but it'll make it look better because Ferguson, one of the top guys in lightweight, gets beat by McGregor, and that's how McGregor kind of fixes his image and gets back in.
like a cowboy fight.
Yep. Yep, a gimme, watered down, beat up guy.
Oh, he broke his stick. Oh.
Speaking of Cowboy, that poor man can't get a win. He's just trying to retire with a win.
Mm-hmm.
Dana White threw him another gimme fight because he wants him to go out
It's okay.
with a
He'll
win.
win. He'll get a win at some point.
That man, no,
yeah,
he's
you
just
get-
cashing checks.
Chandler's got Gaethje next. I think Chandler and Gaethje is the fight to make next. You put him on a
I
fight
don't
night,
know.
or you
Nah,
put him on a
Gaethje's
co-main.
going after champ. Gaethje's gonna get Oliveira.
Gaethje's not gonna wait.
I don't know.
Gaethje's not-
Gaethje wants his belt back. You're
Gaethje's not
have
gonna
a
wait because if
former champ versus champ.
No, because the winner of Poirier McGregor is gonna get Oliveira.
I don't know.
Right
Not
off the
what,
rip.
Dana was saying.
I think that's what's gonna happen right off the rip, and I think he'll give Gaethje a shot at Chandler.
Dana said Gaethje's entitled to it.
He said Gaethje's entitled to it.
Yeah.
Really?
He
Not
said-
the winner of Poirier McGregor.
Nope. He said Gaethje.
So is Gaethje gonna?
And he said
train?
that because that fight is too far out, it would push Oliveira off through the year. And Chandler doesn't want to fight till probably next year.
Really,
He
Chandler?
said in his interview that he wants a few months off to be with his kid. So he said, I'll still be in the gym, but I want time off for my kid and my family. So,
All right. So what?
but if he's smart, he waits it out. You see what
Oh
what
my
Gaethje does.
And then so you go from, I mean, Chandler, what, couple months off and take the summer off,
Yeah, and you hope.
Right.
I think you hope
June,
Oliveira-
July, August. Make
But I
an
don't know
announcement for a fight in November, December.
I don't know if Chandler hangs with a guy like Gaethje. I think Gaethje will beat Oliveira pretty easily.
No, I don't.
You don't think so? I do.
No, because I think Oliveira's ground game.
You also got to
is the
think,
difference.
right? You would think that, but you also got to remember he's on Khabib's fight team now.
Who?
Gaethje.
Not Khabib's.
Yeah.
Usman's
He's on
with
no,
Trevor Whitman. Trevor Whitman is with Usman, Ngannou,
I don't think so. Last I
Rose,
knew-
and Gaethje. Because Khabib had his own fight team from Russia. Because Trevor Whitman's his striking coach. I like that matchup though, Oliveira and Gaethje. That'll be a really good fight to watch. That'll be mostly standing up.
It'll basically be the same as you saw with Chandler, but
Mm-hmm.
Gaethje's got a stronger chin than that.
Like, because they both love the leg kicks too.
Yep.
That's an intriguing matchup. As
And
long as
again, you
Gaethje
got
doesn't get overconfident or cocky.
Former champ versus champ. So I'm trying to see.
Former interim champ.
Trying to see here.
I don't know. I think Gaethje needs a win before that title fight. And I think Chandler's the guy.
No, Gaethje is a true champ. Ferg was an interim champ.
And Washington scored shorthanded, and it's Ovechkin.
Dun dun dun.
Wow.
Yeah, no. Gaethje was a true champ. He beat an interim champ. Ferguson was an interim champ. Gaethje beat him. That Gaethje was a true champ. Yeah.
He wasn't no, that was for the interim belt. Ferguson Gaethje was for the interim belt. Ferguson wasn't the champ at that time. Neither one of them were. It was an interim belt because Khabib was in Russia and couldn't get out. That was during COVID. I can't believe they let him score shorthanded. That's crazy.
I can't find his fight team on here. Cannot find his fight team. Well, with that, we got a break anyway. So we're going to get the break out of the way. Gives us a little time before the top of the hour. Or should we just roll it?
Can roll it
Go
if you
roll it. We're
want.
almost there.
I can't believe we let him score shorthanded. Unbelievable. Ooh.
No, they didn't score shorthanded. They had the power play.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I thought we had the power play.
No, they did.
Okay. Oh, what a joke.
It's all right. It's all right, Ryan. Is it going to be the series of away teams? Every away game they're going to win?
Who knows?
Which wouldn't
Every other
that
game.
wouldn't fare good for Boston because Game 7's Boston.
No, Game 7's Washington. So, I mean, Washington won Game 1 in
No, wait.
Washington. We won Game 2 in Washington. Now it's Game 3.
Oh yeah, Game 1 was in Washington. Yeah, I'm thinking like
Oh, get to die! Oh, nice. That's Taylor Hall.
Yep.
That was Taylor Hall. Nice. Holy smokes. What a move. He got in. He got the puck in close. I thought he should have gone middle there, but he elevated it.
He
That was a
sniped
great
that.
shot.
I'm
Right
kind
in
of with
close.
you.
That was perfect.
I'm with you on. I didn't think he was going to make it that way.
I thought he was going to try and rush it backhand, and he didn't. Taylor Hall's been...
What a good signing.
Yeah.
Or good
Great
trade,
trade.
rather.
We got nothing for him, too.
Yep.
Or we gave away nothing for him. Look at this.
And we got
Look
a
at this pass.
and you got a defenseman,
That's
too.
a great pass. Hall, nice
a
and
move.
patient.
What a spin.
Get it to the forehand, elevate it.
Yep.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Spinning backhand.
Look at him get into it, right at the blue. Oh, elevates it right over the shoulder, right over the blocker. Nice job.
His look reminds me of Nathan Horton,
A little bit.
like the side view. But yeah, what a great trade. Yeah. That's why I think he won't come for too much money, because he's loving the team. He's loving this atmosphere and like playoff hockey. And
I want to beat the Caps in this first round, man, so we can get to the second round and get full capacity.
yep,
100% capacity at the Garden. Oh man.
I would probably try to get tickets. I mean, what better way to get back to a first game in stadium than a Bruins playoff game?
Yep.
Man,
Yo, you see now that they announced like the COVID restrictions are over now. You see how much money the Patriots Buccaneers game's going for now. I just
which you would have thought it would have went down, because there was about 1,100 a ticket with 12.5% capacity or 25% capacity.
cheapest seat I found is $1,200 right now, and that's like nosebleeds, like top of
Yep,
it.
every season ticket owner I know has been like, those tickets.
I just
are
had a
at
client
30
this
people.
afternoon who has he's had season tickets to the Pats for like 30 plus years, and he has 2 seats in section 205 on the Patriots sideline, the second row. And he was looking; they're going for like $5+ grand a seat
Yep, my
for that game.
this guy I know, he's got season tickets. He pays $8 grand, I think, a year, and the tickets for that game alone are going to pay for the entire season.
Oh, absolutely,
What a beautiful goal!
that was perfect.
Looks even better every time you look at it. Man,
Need to sign Taylor Hall back.
I think, like I said,
I
think,
wanted to see his effort level, especially in the playoffs and
he's
across the season, and
he's got what, like almost more goals in Boston than he does like his last 2 teams.
it's the effort level, man.
Man, what a move by Marchand, though. See, but
He
that's
tried
like,
to get too
that's,
cute. He should have just kept going.
that's the kind of like continuity though that you can't buy. Like Bergeron's just there to fix it. You know what I mean? Like I'm right here to fix it.
Yep.
Man, this first line though is just killer. I'd love for the first line not to be like too dynamic throughout like the first few rounds. I'd love for the first line just to show up in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
Like just dominate. You know, if you get there, but like I feel like every time we're in the finals, the first line is just never there. And it'd be great to have a year where they're just killing it.
Oh, pasta.
That was a good feed too.
All right, now we're clicking.
Good feed, but
now
now
we're
yeah,
clicking.
and at least now you don't
Now we're
you don't get a
clicking.
freeze there. You're gonna be right back into the zone. Get a line change.
Now we're
no
clicking.
face off. Yep, that's what I like to see.
Now the offense is clicking. After that goal, oh yeah, we're
Yep.
clicking now. Yep. Oh, you whiffed. Kevin Miller. Surprise, surprise.
Good defensive play. Way to keep it alive. Hey, no yawning on air.
Sorry.
You're gonna make people fall asleep by the
I
wheel.
just came back from vacation. 2 days of work. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, see, this is it. This is dead air time. This is how gal they do it. They do it so well.
Yes, they do. Jeez.
Little dump and chase going on here.
Well, yeah. I mean, that
Icing.
UFC card was a little underwhelming. It really kind of was.
Yeah, I thought about not
That
buying
Oliveira,
it too.
that Chandler Oliveira fight, I thought was going to be really good after that first round. What was Chandler thinking?
I don't know.
He was literally throwing caution to the wind in that second round.
Yep.
I don't.
And he had no
understand it.
escape plan.
Took him less than 20 seconds.
Like
for
he
God's
said,
sakes.
"Oh, I dipped instead of where I should have done, or I zigged instead of zagged," or which is true. I mean, he kind of just stood there and like ran into it. When you get days like that, you got to book out of there, get to the other side.
It'll be
turn.
good to see Garbrandt this weekend, though.
Yeah,
And
and
Font on
it's free
Saturday.
too, which is
Yep.
nice. And June 1st, new Ultimate Fighter season. You got Volkanovski as one of the coaches. Dana White hinted at they had a big blowout last week because it's obviously filming right now. Because they had asked at the press conference about how it's going. He said it's going great. It's a great season. Some great fights that they've had so far. And then they asked if there was any turmoil in the house, and he had said, "Yeah, actually, we just had a blowout yesterday." And so it's gonna be good to see. I'm excited because Jess has been really into the UFC with me, and she'd never seen The Ultimate Fighter, so I'm excited to have a season to watch with her. A nice new season.
The next pay-per-view ain't bad either. Arizona, Adesanya and Vittori. I don't like Vittori as the
That's the
guy
one.
they picked. That was interesting.
Adesanya Victoria's gonna be great. I think Victoria might win that one. Last time they met, it was real close, and Victoria's only gotten better. So I'm really optimistic. I don't know. Maybe I'm a hater, but I don't like Adesanya.
I'm looking at the UFC rankings, and Dariush beating Ferguson bumped him up 6 spots in the rankings. He's 3 now from 9. He was ranked number 9. Now he's number 3. What? Oh my God. They put him ahead of Chandler. Beneil Dariush.
I kind of vibe with it though. The lightweight is weak right now.
No, the lightweight is deep.
You think it's deep?
Oliveira at the top, Poirier, Gaethje,
Yeah, but you got a lot of
Chandler,
You have a lot
McGregor,
of regurgitated guys.
RDA, Ferguson. Like that top 5, top 6 is loaded.
You got a lot of regurgitated guys. You got Oliveira, who's beaten a few of those guys. The only new and upcoming is Chandler. You got McGregor, who got beat by a bunch of those guys. If he loses to Poirier, then he's gotten beat by most of the top guys.
Yeah, I thought Whitaker might jump in on Adesanya, but Whitaker said it was too early for him to fight him.
I'm excited for August. You know what's in August? Mm-hmm. Derek Lewis versus Ngannou.
Has it been announced?
Not been announced, but Dana White said the other night that it's Lewis's fight. He said John Jones, who knows with him, and he's not going to beg him to fight. It's all about money. He said it's Lewis's fight. He's getting the first opportunity. Good. And then he said they asked
on the Nunes card, right?
They asked a prospective date, and he said August. He thinks August. He said they're planning August, so I'd assume it's probably going to be the Nunes card.
It'll be on the Nunes card.
Which, oh man, I hope Derek Lewis wins. Did you see his Instagram post?
Yeah, about
guy trying to break into his car.
Yep.
Guy tried to break in his car and he knocked him out. But with that, I got to get this break before I miss it. So 508-222-1320. MVP Sports Talk coming in right after the hour.
MVP.
Just talking off air a little bit. Well, first off, you're not watching the game. You missed Tuca throwing about 3 haymakers
Throwing some bows.
into some capital players. And aside from that, we're talking about if you're not a UFC fan, you need to become a UFC fan, okay?
Drew.
This is the most, how would I put this? Not freedom, but this is the most, like,
Oh, yeah, Cyborg's fighting this weekend.
I
At
forgot all
Bellator.
about her.
In Bellator, yeah. Look at that. I forgot about Cyborg.
But yeah, man, this sport is so, like, just open air. You know,
It's the best there
athletes
is.
can say what they want,
It's the best there is.
left or right, middle, whatever. They say what they want. Dana White don't care. Dana White has
Garbrandt Fonten's even money right now. I don't like it.
Nah, you got to do a parlay with that. But yeah, man, Dana White is really taking the sport to another level, and it's just awesome.
Yes, he has.
Like, I think thinking back like years ago, like, I mean, they used to, and it still kind of is, and Jess brought that up the other day, but it used to be just like a Brazil-America sport.
Mm-hmm.
But now, man, I mean, you have 3 champs from Africa. It's just crazy. I mean, then Oliveira brings back on a belt back to Brazil, and you know, it's just like, it's kind of like soccer, but way more competitive, way more like crazy in my eyes. Like, you know, obviously it's fighting, but it's like, it's so international, man. There's nothing better than like an American bringing home the belt, or, you know, then you see videos of like, you know, Oliveira trooping through like the favelas in Brazil, and you're just like, wow, man, this sport's incredible.
I mean, shoot, when Usman beat Masvidal for that second time, and he was able to bring all of his family from Africa. Like, he hadn't seen his dad in years, you know.
Oh, his dad was in prison.
Right, and his dad was in prison.
Yep.
Like, so, I mean, being able to do that and seeing the, you know, you get caught up in the emotion.
Yeah, and
all
they
that,
showed
you
a
know?
live feed of like his I think, I don't know if it still is, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, you know, when he first came in, it was like his tribe, like his village, and you know, they had like a live projector there. They brought in a live
Be on the
stream
look
there.
at what we're in May, June, July, August. I mean, dude, I wouldn't be surprised August, September if you see Usman Covington. August, September.
Yeah.
Because Covington's training right now. He's training for Usman right now as we speak.
And I
And
mean,
Usman's taking time off, obviously.
yeah, and Dana's already said that it's Colby's fight.
But I mean, yeah, we all know that's going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
It'll happen within the year. I just want it to happen like September.
It's gonna probably
September would be great.
October. I don't think they'll do another pay-per-view in September. You think so?
Yeah, they have one. Yeah, they do one every month.
Yeah, but they already
September's
have one
the
scheduled?
September. They have one. They have it. They have Blachowicz and Teixeira booked.
Yeah, they could add
light
him to that.
heavyweight.
They could
So if you
him
add
to
that as the main event, oh yeah,
yeah,
no doubt.
I don't know if he'd be ready then though. 4-day week camp.
For September,
Yeah, it depends how many months he takes.
he needs
off.
8 weeks. Usman just needs 8 weeks.
Depends how many.
Give him 2 months.
So 2 months. Yeah, 2 months off. No, what is that? Like 3 months out, isn't that? Give
Also,
or take.
yeah.
Full months.
Plus,
Yeah,
like
you give
him,
like another month and a half
Plus,
off.
he trains with Gaethje. So like, if Gaethje gets a fight around that same time period, they train together.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Put them on the same card.
Especially because Usman knocked him out in round 2. I mean, he didn't really exert a lot.
No,
know?
he looked great afterwards. Mm-hmm. So,
So I mean, quick turnaround.
yeah, and like I was saying, Ryan beforehand. Actually, did I say it on air about the Derek Lewis in August?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we got likely Derek Lewis fighting Ngannou in August, which is going to be incredible. I can't wait.
I don't see Ngannou losing that belt anytime soon.
You don't think so?
I really don't. Not with Trevor Whitman in his corner.
What a crazy.
A patient Francis is a dangerous Francis.
Yeah.
If he's not flailing at you like he used to
No, I don't think.
and getting caught, because that's how Derek Lewis beat him the first time, war on him. And now Francis is patient. His cardio's better. He knows how to exert himself in specific moments. Like, he's smart.
It's going to be
He's
an
smart now.
interesting rematch. Yeah, I don't know.
It'll be an interesting
I like
fight.
Ngannou. I don't really like Usman or Adesanya too much. I think of like the African champions, Ngannou's my favorite. I don't like. You know what? It's kind of annoying too.
I like
'cause
all three of them.
I kind of started to like Usman a little bit after what he said after the last fight and like how he talked about his family and stuff. That kind of. But Adesanya, I just not with it.
Adesanya is a super. I think he went a little too.
And I'd love to
He
see
tried to move
Vittori
up.
bringing a belt to Europe. I don't think there's any active Europe champions, are there?
I don't know.
Nope. Because Volkanovski's Australia and like New Zealand, so obviously that's not Europe.
Adesanya
But,
moving back down to middleweight
let's
though.
see,
I just don't
there's-
see him losing. Not to Vittori.
2 in South America.
And I
3 in
was
Africa,
mad when
1 in Australia.
Usman said he would never move up to middleweight and fight
1
Adesanya.
in North America? Do we have 1 American champ still?
Who? You got Figueiredo at flyweight. You've got Volkanovski at bantamweight.
Yeah.
You have a featherweight. No,
Yeah, but do we have any American
at
champs
featherweight?
still? What country is Shevchenko?
Shevchenko
What is she listed
Poland.
as? Poland? Okay, so then there is a European belt.
Oh, never mind. They have a European champion, Aljamain Sterling.
Well,
Technically.
yeah, true.
Technically.
Yeah, and Shevchenko, because Poland's Europe. Or is Poland technically Asia? No, it's Europe, right?
Yeah, it's Europe.
So, all right, just 2 European champs, so. But I'd like to see Italy get one. I don't remember the last time it was an Italian champion, do you?
I don't think there's ever been one. But there's not an American champion right now.
I thought we still had one.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, maybe because it's the first time in history we don't have one.
Figueiredo, Aljo, Volkanovski, Oliveira, Usman, Adesanya, Blachowicz, and
Oh, yeah, that's
Ngannou.
right. Because it's 3. No, we do have a Rose is American
Oh,
champ.
Rose. Yeah, Rose.
But there is three belts. I said 2 belts. There's 3 belts in South America because Nunes has 2. So I misspoke there. Can't disrespect the double champ. Mm-hmm. But with that, we got
Can't
that
do
quick
that.
break out of the way. The one that always jumps right up on you. After this, because Marchand's making moves. Oh, man, what a good move. Is that penalty? Going to go on a power play here? Or no? So they're already
Auto
on a
play?
No, they're already on a power play. That would have been a short-handed goal. What do we got here? I saw a whistle and a hand. Yeah. Did they call anything on that?
I don't think
there's
so.
Not really anything there. I know I saw a whistle and a hand and then Bergie point.
Good chance. It's a good chance. All right.
But that would have been a great short-handed goal.
Yeah.
On that note, so score update. Bruins still 1-1. Washington on the power play with 50 seconds left.
3 minutes left in the second period.
And the Red Sox are up 6-1, top of the second. Put up 5 in the top of the first and 1 here in the second inning. So looks like it's going to be another laser show in that matchup. Yesterday the Sox lost 8-0. So if you're betting the overs for that game, you might be in good shape. But on that note, we're going to get the quick break out of the way. 508-222-1320. It's MVP Sports. Welcome back. Welcome back. Quick score update. Bruins are now down 2-1 on a soft goal. Looked like a little deflection off the defender.
Ugly
turnover.
Ugly turnover in our own zone that led to it.
Yeah, like I said, man, these defenders turn it over.
Shot on goal gets redirected, and Rask can't close up the 5-hole, and there you go.
Yep.
That's all she wrote.
That's the problem with those defensive turnovers. Deadly.
So it looks like the Bruins are going to go down 2-1 into the second at the end of the 2. So, well,
Deja vu.
playing so well after we tied it up. That's the story of this series too, man. We've been playing from behind the entire series.
Well,
Down 1-0.
No, yesterday it
Down
was
2-1.
Yesterday, Bruins led the whole game until the third.
Did they?
Yeah, it was 1-0, 2-1, 2-2, and then they went up 3-2. That's the first time we took the lead all night. And then Bruins tied it at 3, and then put it in OT.
I don't know.
That
Wow.
was what I was.
That's a save.
Yeah, that was good because that was scary. I thought for sure that was going to be a 3-1 game. Me takes a ripper up. Whew. Man, this Capitals team though is so loaded.
It's evenly matched.
No, yeah, it is. I mean, I think the Bruins are loaded. The Bruins should, realistically, on paper, should be a killer team. And yeah, I mean, they play well, but the problem with the Bruins, man, is
Defense.
like hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. They're never just firing on all cylinders. Like Washington and St. Louis, they're always firing all cylinders. And that's the end of the second, folks. 2-1 Washington going into the third period. Obviously, going to have your intermission. So at this point, we might catch a little bit of the third period with you. But, I mean, you got your Red Sox up 6-1. So are you betting me over? I hope you did. Red Sox team's hot, man. I like it. Super excited about this year. This Red Sox team looks good. Good enough that I thought about buying tickets to Stinky Fenway. I thought about getting some tickets to Stinky Old Fenway.
They're exceeding my expectations.
You know how you can hate Fenway more is to watch all the away games and realize how nice of seats all these other stadiums have. I think, what team is it?
Just don't sit in the green, man. Just don't sit in the old wooden bleachers, you know? That's all you
But
gotta do.
even still, I mean, you look at half of these, even like New York. There's a couple other stadiums too. I can't remember off the top of my head. But you look behind home plate, and they have like these huge, soft leather, like recliners, basically for those tickets back there.
Mm-hmm. That's just the red plastic seats behind home plate at Fenway.
Yep. Yeah. That are like airline seats, and they're cutting into your thighs. If
I blame ownership for that.
Oh, for sure.
Blame ownership because you could easily update those seats. You could. You could easily invest
Problem
in
is,
some
if
new
they
seats.
update them, they're going to lose seats, and they don't have enough seating as it is. They're still running with the 1940s. Average person was 120 pounds and 5'8". Now the average male is about 6 feet, give or take, and 200
That's
and
why
some odd pounds.
I just get the cheapest ticket there is. Walk around, find an empty, comfortable seat somewhere, sit down. They kick you out. If someone's sitting there, you leave. Just do the same thing.
Oh, you're that guy?
I am that guy.
Fair.
That's the way. That's the right way to watch a game at Fenway. Because the first like entering or two, I always see my friends at the Bud deck or the Sam Adams deck now. It's Sam Adams now, I think.
Yeah.
Go up there, have a beer or two, hang out with the buddies up there because everyone's friendly up there on the deck, and it's the greatest view in the ballpark.
I've never been up there. I was up there for a field trip, like a tour there, but I never like sat there.
Greatest view
I
in the
want to sit
ballpark.
on the Monster.
Best view in the ballpark. Monster seats are expensive. You can't even get in there without a ticket. You can't even walk by it without a ticket, which sucks.
The Monster's pricey.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's one of the greatest views in the ballpark. Everyone's nice. You can stand there and see and watch the game from there. Make my way downstairs about second or third inning and start walking around. Sit down if you want somewhere. Yeah. That's the way we do it.
Yeah, I feel like now would be great because I would never go to a Sox game during COVID because I don't know the name of the street, so bear with me. Yawkey Way, whatever it's named now. What is it named now?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Whatever it is now, anyway.
Well, because they named the bridge after David Ortiz.
Yeah, they renamed Yawkey Way because I guess the owner, the old school Yawkey guy, was racist or something. But anyway, nonetheless, I don't know what it's named now. So
he was very...
And I'm not going to bother looking it up. So I grew up with it as Yawkey Way, so we're going to call it Yawkey Way. Anyway, that used to be the best time. Like, I remember going with my dad. We'd go early. You know, get, like, sausage, pepper, onions. You just walk in the streets. They got, like, the store with a gajillion Red Sox hats right there and all kinds of Red Sox, like, stuff, like pool tables, everything.
That's the thing I miss the most, man, the smells. Like, the smell of it.
And then you'd have, like, the Nesson stage over here. You see Jerry Remy over there, man. Like, awesome. That's where I want to go. That's what I want to bring Jess to and, like, experience that. Because that's an experience on its own. That is part of the Fenway.
That's the best ballpark experience there is in baseball.
Yeah.
Period. And I've been to a lot of ballparks. I've been to a ton of ballparks, actually, come to think of it. That's the best ballpark experience in baseball that there is. The Nationals have a pretty cool one, too. But, nothing beats that Fenway atmosphere, man. Really doesn't.
As much as I hate Fenway, I love the Yawkey Way and, like, some parts of it, like the Monster. And
if only they would just update the seats.
the problem is they need to add seats, too, and they can't. You can't really go up in some spots. It's just the structural integrity isn't there.
You'd have to, you'd have to like kind of renovate and restructure the beams
You
and
can
everything.
go up on the right side, but again, you'd have to up it and do some beam work.
I think it could be
The
done.
right foul line.
It could be done. For the right price, it could be done.
Yeah.
Ownership's just lazy.
And they enjoy, rearing you, for lack of better terminology. They enjoy freaking sticking it where and getting you heavy on the ticket
Sticking
prices.
where the sun don't
It's
shine.
crazy, though, because I'll look at, like, away games, and they're $20 the lowest ticket, $30, ticket starting at $30, $20. That's how ballparks were meant to be.
Yep.
I don't want to pay $600 on tickets, $100 on food, $100 on beer, $100 outside on stuff.
Oh,
Crazy.
That's why we pregame at the baseball tavern.
Which what I mean.
$3 drafts.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
$10 pitchers. Call it a
I
day.
wish McCoy was still around there because I like going to McCoy. And I don't think I'd take a trip to Worcester. Not many things.
Go see the Woo Sox, huh?
Not many things want to pull me out to Worcester. And that ballpark doesn't look that impressive for it's supposed to be like the best minor league ballpark built.
I was really disappointed with their move to Worcester.
Yeah.
I really was.
I was hoping that's Rhode Island leadership, man. And you know what stinks too is if they had waited a year and done it after Gene Raimondo went to the White House, the current governor around would have got that deal done. He's not like a conservative guy, but he's kind of conservative.
Who is he? I don't even know him. I'm a resident of Rhode Island. I don't even know my governor. Is he a Republican?
Hold on.
He can't be.
No, he's a Democrat. Daniel McKee.
I've heard that name.
No, he's a member of the Democratic Party. He's just got some like more conservative tendencies. Like he was quick to cut back on the COVID stuff. He's decently financially responsible. I think he's got a better approach on guns. He's a solid Democrat. I don't mind a Democrat like that.
Is Carolina sold out right now? Yeah, they are. Holy
Oh,
smokes.
yeah, Carolina, of course. Even Nashville will probably be sold out, though.
Yeah, probably. Wow, look at that.
Can't wait, man.
Full fans,
Another
man.
week.
Look at that.
10 days, exactly. I'm excited, man. I cannot wait.
Full capacity in Boston, man.
I can't wait. Long overdue, man. Should have been this way a while ago.
It's all because of the vaccinations, man. It's all because of the vaccine.
What a snipe.
He had plenty of places to put that, so. And Sam Aho is no joke.
Yep.
Philip Forsberg. Keep an eye out on that name in the offseason. Philip Forsberg. He might be a Bruin next year.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why, is he free agent this year?
Yeah, he will be.
Hey, I'm with it.
And he plays on the top line in Nashville, so he's a power forward. Yeah. He's like a Lucic. He's a net front presence and he's physical.
Yeah, but where is he going to play here? I guess you could put him on
the second line.
Second line?
Yeah. Because he's a right-handed shot.
Yeah.
So you got Forsberg, Hall, and Krejci in the middle. Unless you don't re-sign Krejci.
I don't know.
And move Coyle up. You could move Coyle.
They need to make
up.
some splashes.
But Coyle hasn't really proven to me much that he could be a second-line center. So
yeah, they need to make a couple splashes. The Garden too. The Garden's another one which I thought they were changing it. Tim claims they didn't, but I know I think they said they were going to change them back. So they changed the seats and
They
added.
did change them back.
Okay, thank you, because I told Tim that when
They
I
did.
went
I
last,
remember
it
that.
was fine, and he told me like, "Oh no, it's terrible." But I know that they said we're changing them back because people freaked out because it was terrible.
Yep.
Okay, because I want to go to
Yeah, they
Bruins
changed them back. Yeah.
Bruins game and Sox game. Pats game maybe. Pats games, I don't know. By the time you can afford the tickets, it's 30 degrees out. So, you know where I am gonna go though? Raiders.
Vegas.
I'll have to let you know when I go. Maybe
That's a
you can
good
come
one.
out.
Yeah.
I'll have to let you know.
I wouldn't mind.
My friend has season tickets to the new stadium. He bought them last year, and then they didn't have a season.
Yeah.
I'm a guy that likes the new stadium, so I'm gonna go to. I don't know what
I've
game.
been to Dallas.
Yeah, I don't know what game. I'm gonna relay with him and figure out what he. But he told me pick a week and you have them.
Sweet.
I mean, rooms out there, dude, are like $11 a night at the casino. So.
That's all you need.
Yep. I'll go to, you figure like 4 days or something, 5 days or whatever it is, and at least you have like a game to go to, so you're not killing your money at the casino.
Yeah.
And all the buffets and stuff are
Honestly,
open there.
man,
Everything's open.
I'm not a big fan of the Garden.
I'm not the biggest fan.
I think it's just kind of like, it's rather new, right? It was built in like 2001, right? 2002? It's not that old.
It's not that old. Have you been recently with the new entrance? It's a lot nicer with the new entrance. Remember before you had to go underground, basically? You like the right of the building, you went under all the construction stuff. You don't do
Yeah.
that anymore.
Okay.
So the new entrance, it's smack in the middle of the building, and it's all glass with escalators right up. And it's
Yeah.
like TD Garden. It's all black and yellow or
Okay.
green for the Celtics. Way nicer. I used to hate that too because you'd have to walk all the way down the side, go up the middle, and it was like a subway under there.
Yeah.
Like it was just,
I just
crowded.
I don't know. Just the arena's just kind of meh. It's kind of bland. Plus, like a lot of your
That's the problem with joint
a lot of
teams.
your comparable arenas, like Washington, for example, the one in Carolina has like 3 rows of seats or 3 decks.
Yeah.
We only have 2.
Yeah.
With like the luxury suites up top and in the middle. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of bland.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that like.
I feel like it's kind of like decent though. Like
Like if
when
it
you're
wasn't
sitting high up,
if
it's
it
not
wasn't
the
for the
worst.
Boston fans, this arena would just be dead.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
just
I
like,
like.
meh.
It's a good spot though because you have a lot of parking garages around it. North Station's under it, so you have a lot of good factor to it. It's very accessible. It's not the worst. The worst part about it is leaving there. I hate leaving it because
Yeah.
they send you down all the stairwells.
Yep.
And like it's like a gajillion stairs you go down, and it's just, people are just loud and obnoxious in the stairwells. Yeah, I'm not like the biggest fan. Which I want to look up the capacity, so I'm going to do that on the break because I
like
want to see what their
18,000 or
capacity
something.
compared to the others.
It's like 18 or something.
So on that note,
It's
we're
not a
going
lot.
to take our mid break. So stick around. 508-222-1320. Oh yeah, we're back. So
Ooh, Friends reunion May 27th. I'm excited about that.
yeah, I saw that.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
God, they look so old now.
Yep. Stuff like that makes me feel old, man. I do feel like I grew up. Like sometimes I'm like, I wish I grew up in an earlier generation, just from like society based. But part of me feels like I grew up in like the best era because like I experienced everything.
Yep.
Like I grew up with a knob TV and like no color TV, and then now I have a flat screen in my room, 65-inch in my room.
Yep.
And then, like, I had, you know, I don't even know, like a Razer, and now I have, like, a 21 Ultra. I had PS1 and, like, all these other... I've had every single PlayStation console has been in my life. PS1 through PS5, and I had the 360.
The return of the ultimate. Joanna was a coach in Chachik?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. I had
A couple years ago, right? What year
I haven't
was that?
watched-
16?
I don't know.
No. Was it 16?
I haven't watched The Ultimate Fighter in. Oh my god.
I love the Ultimate Fighter, man.
The last time I watched Ultimate Fighter was when Dan Henderson and Michael Bisping were the coaches.
Oh, good God. That was at least 12, 13 years ago. Had to be. That was a good
the last
season, though.
time I watched it. Because that beef between Bisping and Henderson was real.
So-
and then Henderson knocked him out at UFC 100. Oh
No,
my god.
didn't knock him out, killed him.
Yeah, killed him.
I remember that. So I remember that fight perfectly because I was in New Hampshire at a cabin and we had the fight on, and it went till like 1 a.m. The whole card was like
It was
they were
stacked.
all going rounds. It was stacked. A lot of fifth
Lesnar was the
rounds.
headliner against Frank Mir. GSP fought Thiago Alves, and Henderson
Yep.
fought Bisping.
And it went till like 1:30.
It was a
And
late
then
one.
I remember Henderson murdering Bisping, and he was out for like through a commercial break. They went to commercial, came back. Bisping was still out on the mat. I literally thought he might have been dead. I remember it clear as day. And that was before. I mean, that era got me into UFC and that Ultimate Fighter because the Henderson Bisping, the Liddell Ortiz, those Ultimate Fighters is what got me passionate. Chuck Liddell, all time favorite. I love Chuck Liddell, and like I just remember how passionate I got because like of Ortiz.
No, I did watch. I watched a lot of the Garbrandt Dillashaw one too.
That was a good one.
I did watch that one. I watched a good bit of that one.
That was a pretty good one. They had some good feuds in that one. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, what now? What Dillashaw backed out of his fight with who? Because he got hurt. Freaking A. Who was he supposed to fight? Sandhagen.
Yeah.
Sandhagen. I wonder what's going to happen with that one.
I don't know.
They got to flex it to something.
I'm getting so annoyed at so many backouts. I feel like if they back out, just trash the fight, get them somebody else.
Dillashaw got hurt.
The next question is, when's Nick Diaz's first fight back going to be?
And against who?
Yep.
That'll be so he'll fight. He'll fight at 170 or 185. Where will he fight?
Yeah.
Is he gonna fight at 170?
I don't know. He looks bigger. I think I could see him being at 185.
185 at middleweight. Who would he fight at middleweight? I don't know. I don't see him going up with those big guys at middleweight. The guys like Paulo Costa, like those are big
Who
dudes.
was one of the matchups that they
Welterweight, I think. Masvidal. That would be a good first fight back. Masvidal and Diaz.
Yeah, and don't they have
At
bad
170?
Blood. They have bad blood too.
Not really bad blood. Masvidal just beat the crap out of Nate.
Which is bad blood. You beat one of
Yeah.
the brothers, that's it. Mm-hmm. And I remember, I think Masvidal chirped.
I've always thought Nick was a much better fighter than Nate anyway. I don't think Nate's all that good, man. I really don't. I mean, he's like 19 and 13. 20 and 13, something like that.
Who?
Nate Diaz.
Nate's not a great fighter. Nate's just a
Nate just likes,
go
he's a
out
good,
and fight.
he can box.
Nick's a great fighter. What did Nick finish out with for a record? 20.
Nick Diaz. What his last fight was that? Was that Silva? Was Silva his last
Anderson
fight?
Silva, I think, was his last one. Yeah, 26-9. I mean, he's not bad.
Who? Nate?
Yeah,
Nate's
Nick.
20.
No, Nick.
Oh, Nick.
No,
Yeah, Nate's like 20 and 13 or
Nate's-
some crap.
Nate's up there, but he also takes a lot of fights he knows he's going to lose for money. Nate's 21 and 12.
All right, close enough.
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
I don't think he took a Leon Edwards fight because of money.
No,
There's not a lot of
I mean,
money in that fight.
The McGregor ones where he really didn't care. It's about the money. So you got, what, 2 losses from McGregor.
Mm-hmm.
Masvidal he took for money. He doesn't care about the, like, BMF belt.
Oh, there's that D-bag.
He doesn't care about the BMF belt. He just wants money.
Yeah. True that. That's the fight that makes sense. And that would be a good money fight for the both of them.
Yep.
Easily. Did you hear about this this Tyson Fury and Joshua fight?
Yeah.
They're both about to bank like $75 million.
Crazy.
How?
It's because boxing's so dead that there's only a few events that will bring money.
Is there really that much money in boxing?
The problem is boxing's a huge sport, but it's dead. So when a decent event comes,
And
they
that's
sell.
why Jake and Logan Paul are starting to take advantage.
yeah, but I mean that's not
Another
even real
turnover
boxing.
in our own zone.
That's not even real boxing. And a lot of the numbers they put out are BS. They're not making that much money off that crap.
There's no way.
And it's such a joke. Like I streamed a bit of it, and it was stupid, man. It was like
It definitely looked
It reminded
fixed.
me of like old school MTV.
It looked
100% fixed. 100% fixed.
So much. Ben Askren comes in with like an overloaded, over exaggerated dad bod.
Yep.
Totally out of shape. He barely trained for this.
Yep.
Barely.
Yep.
He showed you nothing. And it's just so
And that knockout looked so
ridiculous.
fake.
Yeah, it did. It was so dumb, man.
So that's why I'm interested in the Floyd Mayweather fight. 'Cause I don't ever see Mayweather taking a loss for any amount of money. There's too much behind the money brand.
Oh, he would have to disappear and hide in a hole in the middle of nowhere if he loses to Logan Paul.
Yep.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yep. There's no amount of money. You'd have to pay him
I don't know. You want to throw $1 on Logan Paul just to throw $1 on him?
I wonder what
You
the
never
odds
know.
are going to be.
I wonder if they're up. When are they fighting? June, right?
I think so, yeah.
Let's see. Doesn't hurt to look. Boxing.
There's no way they can be that off. Maybe. Or is it even going to be a sanctioned, gambled event?
Oh, it has to be. There's definitely gambling on that. Well, it's not on Sportsbook.
Just Google it.
Opening line. Oh. Betting lines. Mayweather. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, so what's this according to? Odds checker. Yikes. Minus 100,000 for Floyd. Plus 2,000 for Logan.
Minus 100,000?
Minus 100,000. According to oddschecker.com.
There's no way that's legit. You'd have to bet $100,000 to win $1,000.
A huge Hard Rock Stadium, Sunday, June 6th. Oh, smoked. That's less than a month away. Okay, minus 1,200. Minus 1,200 for Floyd. Plus 700 for Logan Paul. This is from oddshark.com.
That sounds better.
I still think that's light. That's weak. I still think that's weak.
What did you have there?
Minus 1,200 and plus 700.
Yeah, that's what I see here.
I still think that's low.
So you bet $1,600 to win $100.
That's nothing.
Right? That's what that would pay, right? $1,600 to pay $100? Yeah.
1,200 would pay 100.
No, if it's minus $1,600 to win $100,
minus
you gotta bet
1,200.
16.
It's
Oh,
minus 12.
$1,600 on here.
Oh, okay. God, that's low. I feel like that's really low.
Yeah, because I feel like Logan Paul, I mean, you bet $5 and you win.
Has Logan Paul fought anybody?
Nobody formidable.
Who has he fought? Oh, he fought KSI, right? And that's it? The YouTuber? I think that's the only guy he fought, right?
Didn't he fight KSI twice, too?
I don't remember.
Yeah, maybe it was only KSI. What does it say is,
Yeah, I'm surprised.
yeah, pro fight record 1-0.
Floyd's not fighting Jake because Jake's like weighs a crap ton more than he does. I think.
Yeah, I'd still fight him.
We're on the power play.
Bruins on the power play here.
Down by one.
Minute left on this power play.
Just over 15 minutes left in the game. Oh, Chara trying to get. All right, never mind. Okay.
His time's been minimal down there. It's kind of weird because he had so much time on ice up here. I think he had like almost
he
3 minutes.
He should not have been a top line defenseman last year. There's no I don't know why he was on our top line to begin with. Ooh, he tried to go short side.
Almost had a good redirect too. Get a personnel change. We're gonna get out first line personnel here.
So we got Pasternak, Marchand, Bergeron. I bet you Taylor Hall's back is at the point. Maybe not. Is Taylor Hall back there? Or is it? It's McAvoy and who? Is that Hall? No, that's not Hall. Who is it? Because they usually have
like
no. It's Krejci. Okay. Because they usually have 4 forwards on a power play, 1 defenseman, and Krejci's the extra.
Ooh, good feed.
Yep.
Oh,
Krejci with Pasternak, Bergeron, and Marchand. Yeah, that's solid. 30
can't keep
seconds
it in the
now.
zone. 31 seconds left. Basically gonna be relying on, post power play momentum.
I'll tell you what,
here.
man, that 5-on-3 opportunity we had in the first period, and we did nothing with it, is going to loom huge if we lose this game.
Yep, 100%. I mean, playoffs, 5-on-3s, a gift from the gods. You got to prevail on that.
There were 7 penalties in that first period
Bergie
combined.
looking a little work here. Feeds it over to McAvoy.
Come
McAvoy up
on.
to Marchand.
5 seconds
back
left
to
in the power
McAvoy
play.
over to Krejci. The shot. Stopped by Chara. Back out of the zone. Power play dead.
Bad shot.
Full strength here. 14:30 to go in the third period. I do like the Bruins on the post power play momentum though. So let's see what they can do here.
Well, yeah, we had all momentum right after we scored and tied the game, and we were putting pressure on them, and now it's just kind of been dead.
Carolina, Washington coming with the full ice press here. Heavy post
Yeah,
defense going. Ooh, good. Oh man, would have been a great feed to Richie.
I really want this. This game 3 is pivotal. We need to win this one. Need to win game 3.
Great keep in the zone, but terrible pass in. Richie recovers it.
Who's 20?
Richie.
No, Richie's 21. Dead air.
So
And
much-
dead air.
Just this movement, man.
Yeah, it sure is. Anyway, Boston's not. That's the thing, like, about this game, man. We're not playing very well.
No,
they're
not
really
at all.
not, and they're only down 1. Like, where's that one game where they just like come out fire blazing, like offensive pressure everywhere? Like, they're just getting shut down, man. They can't build anything. I don't get it.
Oh, duh, we're stupid. Lazar. We talked
Lazar,
about Lazar
yeah.
earlier.
Yeah, we did.
Here we are not knowing his number.
Oh well.
Bruins are on a commercial break, and you know what that means? We're going on a commercial break because we got our final break of the night.
Hit it.
So, stick around. MVP. We're back.
You know, like the mantra about Tony Ferguson.
Yep.
Like he'll fight anybody and just like doesn't give up.
Yeah.
There's this page on UFC crap posting, and it says, all right, Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to film the embedded crew. Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to go to a liquor store and ask the cashier for her ID.
I like one of the signs the other night was Tony Ferguson tells Bruce Buffer when it's time.
Yeah. Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to defend his lawyer in court. He's also the type of guy to be surrounded by 10 dudes and then tell them you're surrounded. Oh God, that's funny.
It's crazy, his mantra and like the falling for him. It really is. I don't know. I've never been a fan. I don't know. I'm not like crazy on like the super arrogant fighters. I like more of a show up and put up kind of fighter. And I have been very happy to see Tony Ferguson lose 3 in a row. It felt pretty good.
Why don't you like Tony Ferguson?
I just don't like the whole like spiel. And I feel like, I mean, he's kind of been doing it all like for a while, but like when McGregor started doing the whole spiel and making a lot of money, Ferguson really started amping it up and like really trying to like be like the mini McGregor and I know he's got his own like persona and thing he does and he's always done it.
Ferguson's been doing it before McGregor.
And I understand, but like he's amped it up so much more and so much excessively, and I don't know. I'm trying to remember what post fight
McGregor ducked him once. I know that. I know McGregor ducked him once and backed out for that Cowboy fight, and then. The biggest thing with me was Khabib backed out of Ferguson 3 times.
Yeah.
Khabib backed out of I think he got hurt once or twice, and then he backed out the 3rd time. Because I don't know why. I know money was one of them, but I mean, Ferguson and Khabib was the fight to make 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like that was set to be. That's when Ferguson was like at the top of his game, and he had the recipe to beat Khabib and actually give him a run for his money, especially on the ground, because no one's been able to sustain Khabib on the ground at all.
Yep.
And I mean, don't judge Tony on his past 3 fights. Judge Tony on because he's a jiu-jitsu black belt and he's a jiu-jitsu world champion.
I think,
and he's great on his back.
I think Khabib Oliveira would have been a great matchup.
It could have been. It could be. I don't know. The jury's still out on Oliveira. If Gaethje's the next fight, he needs to beat Gaethje first.
Yeah.
And then after that, if he beats Poirier or McGregor, after that, then we talk Khabib coming back. Potentially.
Yeah.
Because I know Khabib is still chomping at the bit. He wants to be 30-0. He wants to be 30-0. I know he does.
Yeah, I think part of him too is holding out because he knows he'll get more money down the road if he comes back.
Right, but he needs. Yeah, he pulls the GSP card, comes back for 1 fight.
Yep.
Call it a day. Because that could easily happen.
Yeah, all he needs to do is say that. Like
there has to be a guy
in his mind to justify it as I had a dream. My dad told me to go get another fight, and my mom approved.
I don't know. But does he stay at 155 or does he move up to 170?
Who?
Khabib, if he comes back.
He's got to stay at 170.
Because he could come back and
he
could fight Usman. Him and Usman would be a huge fight. That would be epic.
I don't think he's going to come back out of his element, though. He's going to come back where he's comfortable.
Yeah, he'll come back at 55. And he's got to have a reason to come back. Like if Oliveira can pull off wins against Chandler, Gaethje, and Poirier, the 3 of them, and Ferguson even before that, that's intriguing. That would be intriguing.
Yeah.
If he took care of all those guys. That would be very intriguing.
That or if you get another undefeated fighter. Mm-hmm. An undefeated fighter to take claim to his belt. Maybe there's an argument there.
Penalty. I think. Because they stopped play.
Yeah, they grabbed him. He's going.
They stopped play because we had possession. So the Bruins just had possession. They were in the offensive zone there, and then they just stopped play.
Is McAvoy going too? What is happening here? No,
here it is, right here.
Yeah, it's power play. Slashing. Good sell, though.
I mean, he did wrap
Yeah,
his
I mean,
stick
yeah, he
around
definitely
and
caught it, but a good
pulled
sell.
him down.
Doing the
but-
fake blood touch.
Yeah.
But no, it's power play.
It
I
is
just
a
saw
power
the
play.
yellow pop up at the end there. So we got about 5 minutes left with the folks, so we might be able to get through the entire power play, give or take this commercial break. We're gonna see what happens.
Hopefully.
We didn't really touch much on Celtics or the Red Sox tonight.
What do you think about Jason Tatum's 50 points last night?
Yeah, I mean he should be doing that often.
I think the Wizards tanked. I think they wanted to play Philly.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about these playing games, man. I hate them. I hate them. I didn't know LeBum was in a playing game. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, they didn't do great when he was out.
No, Anthony Davis was out longer than he was.
Well, I mean, yeah, when he was out and Anthony was out, they weren't doing that great. They had a pretty rough stint.
Well. And now that there's going to be fans, I don't know. I think Brooklyn sweeps us, honestly. I think they're going to.
If not,
We'll be lucky to win a game.
If not, we're not lucky to win one.
Yeah. But if for some reason the Celtics win a game or two, right, and take it to like 6, right, and Brooklyn beats us in 6, you know what ownership and Ainge is going to say, right? Oh, well, man, if we had Jaylen Brown, maybe it would have been closer, you know, and now they're not going to do anything in the offseason.
Yep.
Which is exactly what's going to happen. Which is why I'm done with the Celtics.
They shouldn't even have won that game. They're, like I said in the chat, they're extending their misery.
You know what I watched the Celtics and I watched today's NBA, and to feel better about myself, I watched The Last Dance again. That's how I cope. Because I used to love basketball. I used to. Now it's just a joke.
Yep. I could never really get into it. I don't know. It's just not my.
Did you watch The Last Dance?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the NBA.
Okay.
Like as a whole. Not the. I'm talking.
That's when I was a fan.
Yeah.
Even the early to late 2000s, like back when we finally got Garnett and Ray Allen, like those were good. Those were good days.
Oh man.
Those were competitive.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it a little bit in those days, but as a whole, I just never really got into it. Oh man, what an opportunity!
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we are flirting with the goal right now.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Money.
Oh, there
got
it is.
Got it, Marshawn, baby. He was sitting there. He knew it was coming. He
Great
knew
job.
it was coming.
Great job. Top line.
Yep.
Top power play.
You could tell that was in their head. Marshawn was sitting there the entire time, wouldn't move.
I thought
Took like 3 shots from there.
I thought Bergeron was actually scored that.
Nah, that was Marshawn, I think. We'll see.
I thought Bergeron was going to score it because he was right in front of the net. I want to see this. 2-2 now, folks. Bruins just scored on a power play.
Krejci over to...
Right here.
Yep.
He flicked it up.
Yeah, Bergie feeds him. That's why I said, because
Marchand just batted out of the air like a baseball bat.
Yeah, Marshy was just sitting there the whole entire power play. He never moved.
Did Bergeron mean to pass it here?
Yeah, looks like it, because he passes around the defender's stick right there. So he flicks, boom.
Wow.
I'm done.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
that was
I feel
epic.
like they were expecting.
That was pretty epic. Yeah, you can't separate Bergeron and Marchand. You can't.
And that, folks, is what you need to do with the power play in the playoffs.
Yeah, if only they would have. If only they would have done that
on a
5-on-3 in the first period, we'd be up by 1. If only, you know.
As long as they get going.
All right. Well, now for 8
minutes. It's good
minutes,
to see the first line scoring in the postseason and getting hyped up. It helps keep them going.
It's always good to see them.
So we got 8 minutes left here in the third. We probably won't finish the game with you because, you know, I got to get home and eat dinner.
They only give us 2 hours, you know. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. Now we're cooking. Oh,
nah,
getting too cute. Getting too cute.
No, kick it
Pinch.
out of the zone.
Yep, there you go.
Play it down the boards. Should have had
Pinch
that
again.
there. You missed.
There you go. Cover Miller. Krejci's covering Miller. Oh, right at the point. Oh, wow. How'd that get through? Just missed the net. And that's going to be an icing. Icing? Ah, it wasn't.
Good dump, though, to avoid the icing.
Not bad. Now you got your physical line out there. You got your third line out there. Richie Coyle and who's that? Who's on there? Lazar, maybe. Is Lazar on that third line?
No, Lazar's second. So you got...
Because it's...
Yeah, Richie Coyle and... Who else is on that line?
Smith? Yeah, that's Smith.
Yeah,
I
Smith.
thought Smith was on the second line.
I think they swapped him and Lazar.
Oh, they put Lazar on the second line? That's weird.
Smith's been good at feeding it, though. I think that's what they're going with.
I like the Smith signing.
Plus, they feed it. Didn't he also was out, right? Wasn't he out the other night?
Smith?
Yeah. Mm-mm. No, that was Lozon.
Lozon. Lozon's still out. And Lozon's a defenseman anyway.
Yeah. Trying to think of who. I thought someone was out. I thought Smith was out, and then that's why they switched him out. Maybe he went out in the last game of the season. I don't remember. But I thought Smith went out, and then that's why he got bumped down the line.
Oh. Smith came from Nashville. Solid free agent signing from Nashville.
Yeah, I love Marshy. He shows up.
You know
when
what
he
you get
needs
with
to.
him.
Yep.
And he's an elite player in this league.
Yeah.
By far.
100%. He's every aspect you need. He's a playmaker. He's a goal scorer. He's an intimidator. He gets under their skin when he needs to. He's played a lot cleaner, though, the last couple of years. A lot cleaner.
Well, yeah, because he has a much bigger role on this team now. He's one of your best players. You can't afford to lose him.
And he's one of your captains. So.
Yeah.
But I don't really think the captain they care too much about with him. Because did Luch used to be a captain?
No. It's always been Chara with the C, and then Krejci and Bergeron had the A's. Always. Now it's Krejci and Marchand. Which I honestly thought McAvoy might have gotten an A on his chest, but Marchand's
Hard
been
to
here.
do, though.
Marchand's been here longer.
Hard to do with Marshy.
Now, if we lose Krejci next year, then I see McAvoy getting an A on his chest.
Yeah. Which puts all your captains on one line, though? Not that it matters too
No,
much,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just to put a defenseman, get one of your defensemen on there, because your McAvoy's kind of like your staple of that defense that you're gonna build. You're gonna build your defense around McAvoy for the rest of his career.
All right, Bruins going to change up here. Dump the puck down, get a change up.
About 5.5
That's what
minutes
Marshy's good for, too, is playing really good at keep delaying the puck down in their zone.
He protects the puck really well.
Getting you enough time to change up, tormenting you enough so you
just
can't
got
set
nailed
up.
in the face.
Well, the good thing is now that they scored on that power play, you're going to see Washington tone it down in the physicality. I'm sure after the 5-on-3 failure, they thought they could play a real physical game, more and worried about the power play tonight. But that power play goal definitely turns it around a bit, and I think you're going to see
the Bruins needed a power play goal.
physicality.
We needed a power play goal in this series.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they were like 0 for their last 9 or 10 on the power play in the series. They needed that for sure. For sure, folks.
Yeah. And with that, let's see here.
I think with that, folks, I think we're going to get a little bit of closing time. Maybe a little boom, boom, a little bass. Where's the bass guitar at? There it is.
Took me a second to find it. Blends in well. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully next week we'll have at least 3 here in the studio. And as always, thanks for tuning in. MVP Sports Talk Radio, Nick and Ryan in the studio.
See you next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeet yeet.
On that note, we out.